Just when you thought you've seen it all. Oh, how many times could the referees screw the Browns and the Browns still manage to win? Yeah. Oh my God. They tried. The referees tried. The NFL tried, and the Packers wouldn't let them. They're the fudge Packers today. Oh my God. And I didn't even have the time to get nervous at the end because I was so furious that Devin Bush's recovery was not ruled a recovery. And it was one of many very odd calls in the game. So I had no time to get nervous about Herr Schmidt. Sometimes it's like the less time you have to think about it, and they tried to ice him. But man, that was something. I got to get Tony into the studio here, and I'm going to get Mr. Talevsky into the studio. Hello, how you doing, Tony?
Man, what a fucking crazy fucking game.
That's as nutty a game.
That was a shit. That was a shit fuck game for 95% of it, and then
it's without being overly dramatic about it. The Packers deserve to lose.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yes,
I mean, they had every opportunity, and why Jordan Love threw the ball right to Grant Delpit, I can't tell you that.
Yep.
That's what I saw too.
It was like the hand of Providence came down and said, "You are not going to win this game."
Why they just went so conservative after the Browns got the field goal and you had the fucking pass interference call, and then Tucker Kraft went for 20. Why they just decided, okay, we'll just run it and kick the field goal. That's chicken shit. Go for the 7.
Well, they were playing.
My dad said the same thing.
Yeah, but they were playing a team that had no turnovers until today. They're playing a team that is cursed by so many, a team that can't win. And they figured, they just literally stopped thinking. And yes, I would still fire Bubba Ventrone. Absolutely 100% yes. Bubba Ventrone didn't do shit. Bubba Ventrone didn't set up whatever it was. Shelby Harris got his hand up and blocked the kick. They had a nice outside rush on that kick. But Bubba Ventrone...
That wasn't Shelby Harris.
What?
It wasn't Shelby Harris.
Well, they said it was the interior lineman who actually blocked it, but the guy coming around was Newsom.
No, it was Denzel.
Oh, was it Denzel? Well, it
looked like Denzel was the one who blocked it to me.
Yeah, I'll have to see that again on film because the camera jerked so quick, and
yeah.
And let's here's somebody who wants to get on the stage. Let's see who this is. Hello. 56-13.
Fuck, we all predicted crazy.
Hey, I stand by my prediction, man.
Yeah, and you're right. You're right, David. It was Denzel. I couldn't see that. On my television, I could not see that.
Well, I was watching on my phone. I thought maybe it was Denzel. I was in bed. I was like napping during half the game. But yeah,
I had given up. I had waved the flag, and let's get Hammer Time on here. Hi, Jim. How you doing?
God almighty.
Heart rate is kind of getting back to normal.
13 points.
I didn't have a chance. My blood pressure didn't even rise one iota. It just didn't.
It did after the kick. for me. I mean, I was like literally sleeping during part of the game. I was asleep.
Yeah, I mean, I was like totally disenchanted, and I just read that Matt Festa had served up a gopher ball at the worst possible moment, and I don't know why that guy continues playing.
To the goddamn worst team in baseball.
Yeah, I mean, so that I was disappointed at that point.
Oh dear.
Credit
so I don't know.
where credit is due. The defense deserves the credit today.
Oh, they always deserve the credit, and it has nothing to do with Kevin Stefanski. Nothing
at all.
Kevin Stefanski no conception of offense.
No.
And another thing, we were right not to move on from Andre Schmidt. We were right. Give the kid time and he figure it out. And sure enough, there you are.
The kid made a ballsy kick. You can't doubt it.
Yeah, here's the deal. We knew that he had the leg because he'd kicked the ball that far, and he was kicking the ball from 60 yards pre-game. The question about every one of these kickers, and Young Hoku, who was just released by the Falcons, guy used to be an 88, 90% field goal kicker.
Rock solid.
But then they lose something, and they lose confidence, and suddenly everything gets into their head. And you just wondered if a guy like Andre Schmidt had tried out for so many teams, and when the big moment came, he just choked. But in the end, this is a wonderful thing. I feel great for the young man, and everybody was saying bad things.
Can I make a comment about that? I think the circumstances today were a lot different because it was 10-10 and the game was going into overtime.
Well, we're not catching Detroit today.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you talking about, Hammer?
Hunter Gaddis just served up a 3-run home run to Royce Lewis, of all people.
Well, that's it. I mean,
6-2.
The streak's over.
It's like the universe has compensated for the Browns winning. And
that's exactly what.
The universe has spoken.
That is exactly what I was thinking when they made that.
Guards get fucked in the asshole.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, they beat. In fact, you can even go one. The Browns beat one of the best teams in the NFC, and the Guards lose to one of the worst teams in all of baseball.
I was pimping the Packers for the Super Bowl on Friday. I literally was. You
they still might go there.
The tape. Damn. 56-13. I said it was going to be.
Yeah, even the offense on that first field goal tried not to fucking score. Like it was they had first and goal from the 1, and flag. Let's go back.
We had a lot of
21.
We had help from the referees, and then they switched sides. I don't know what was going on there.
We've got more people in the studio now than I've ever had on a program.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God, it's a gangbang.
Hi to Brian in Phoenix and to Pat Seagramson, the king of the Illuminati. We've got
the Illuminati was defeated today, Neil.
Maybe Pat should change his name to Aleister Crowley with the way today is working out.
What we're gonna have to do here is control traffic.
Yeah, rotate the strike, as they say in England.
I don't know.
I had to come on over.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of these rare occurrences.
Well, it's just insane today. I mean, the Brian's Panthers fucking blanked the Falcons.
30-0.
Oh,
yeah. Well, Michael Penix turned out to be a flaccid Penix.
Yeah,
he's a penis, that's for sure.
Meanwhile, the Jake Browning storyline appears to have worn off. 48-10, they lost.
The Vikings beat the shit out of them.
Ooh. So I mean,
Zach Taylor, that's he's getting that now.
Yeah. So here's the bottom line in this game. Obviously, you can't give teams multiple opportunities. And we saw this when Dwayne Rudd took his helmet off prematurely. I mean, we've seen the Browns do this kind of shit, but the Packers Brownsed in a big way.
Hurry.
And I know Joe Flacco
down to the competition.
Flacco was pumping his fist on the sidelines. You did nothing, old man. You did nothing. And as far as Stefanski is concerned, you have it 1st and goal at the 1 yard line, and you try to throw a pass. I mean, is there something deficient about this coach? Does he think, oh, I'm going to outsmart everybody because I'm an Ivy League guy? I mean,
throw a pass to an offensive lineman.
Yeah, I mean, what in the hell? And then of course you end up with the penalty, and you get, had we scored that touchdown
4 years ago, so
had we scored that touchdown with the turnovers that came, we would have easily won the game. As it was, it was dumb luck, and somehow I don't understand how, but the Green Bay Packers handed us the football game.
Another reason why. I'll say this now: Jordan Love is not elite. I'm sorry, he's not.
Well, he surely made an odd blind pass. So
I'm not going to take anything.
I would now trade. I would trade all of our quarterbacks plus something else for Jordan Love, though. I would be fine with that.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't sell the defensive effort short on this into why he was looking so terrible.
They are kicking ass on defense. Even when Denzel on the too deep zone or whatever, they had the cover 2 when they on that last drive when he released his man to the next level and no one was there. It was. I will still take our defense too. The interior line. How about the interior line creating problems for the offensive line? Now, Green Bay had 2 guys out as well on their offensive line. They had one guy out before the game and one guy during the game as well. So, they were still playing whatever, but so were we. And not to mention one of the guys that was out was Dwan Jones, who we can say whatever we want to, but he was still the best guy we had at that position. So,
but did you really miss him though?
Of the healthy people.
No, but Dewan, they took him out on a dirty play that should have been called.
Oh,
you cannot dive helmet first into a man's knees. He wasn't trying to get by somebody. He just cut somebody's legs down. I mean, you can't do it. But against the Browns, you can do it, and that's this whole. I mean. Watching the game, I cannot imagine Joe Flacco continuing to be the quarterback on this team. This defense deserves better than Joe Flacco being out on the field. And could you imagine if he had thrown that final pass and they didn't get the ball spiked?
Oh, my. Oh.
I really think during that.
Kind of like Ohio State and Oregon last year.
Yeah. Will Howard.
I really think during that final drive, I think, and even the one before that, like Dylan Gabriel, like we saw him in preseason, and I know it's preseason, but like he was able to actually really drive the ball forward pretty easily. And you can tell like that's going to be the kind of quarterback he is. He's just going to get his yards, and he's very accurate, and he's not going to throw away the football. So,
but that's all we can do. That's all this offense can do. We can't hold the pass rush back,
right?
And we're throwing a lot of balls on the flats. I still don't understand why Jerome Ford had to even come into the game because he can't move.
I think Quinshawn was knackered at that point, so they had to take him out for a couple plays. But they should have brought him in sooner than they did.
Judkins finished 18 carries, 94 yards.
Hell of a game. And, and again, I'll name the same names. Judkins, Schwezinger, who made a big sack, and Mason Graham, who
Fannin Jr.,
these are the same names that have come up week after week. And this time Schmidt came through. The life of a kicker is you're only as good as your last kick. We know this, but it was wonderful to see. All I was saying was I was sitting there watching it calmly. All I did is I said, just kick it far enough and pray to the baby Jesus it goes through. You know, at first you got to have the distance on that. Well, no, first you have to clear the line of scrimmage. That's what the Packers
can't get it blocked. Yeah.
Which end zone was that going to? Was that the
I don't know.
Closed end, not the non-dog pound.
I don't know,
because that's always the one, like, based on and there was no wind, right? Like there was
it was like 80 degrees.
Well, you know something, Trindog, you tuned in for the whole game.
You got your money's worth.
Really well.
It was all compacted into a space about this big, and you were there to witness it.
It's like an NBA game. Just tune into the end.
It was like one of those NBA games that are really boring, and then the last 2 minutes it kicks off.
Yeah, if you're the Packers defense, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
exactly.
What more are we supposed to do? And it's not going to be 0-17. So now we know that.
Nope.
Is it me or
did Monday?
Hey, it could be worse. You could be CJ Stroud right now.
Well, I don't know. I what do I think of CJ Stroud? I was watching the Browns. I'm not watching CJ fucking Stroud.
He lost to the Jaguars.
I get that. And I saw him throw a miserable pick on a replay on Twitter, but I don't know what happened there. I didn't see it, but he hasn't been the same guy. I tried to warn Big Ounce about this. You know, it's one thing to take the league by surprise. It's another to be able to continue to remain one step ahead of the film that the league has on you. And it's harder and harder. You have to be a truly gifted person with vision and an understanding of what the defense is doing. And I think CJ ran his offense and teams weren't sure what was going on. Now everybody knows what's happening, and it's just not the same. And I'll say the same thing for Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco 2 years ago for the Browns was, Wunder Boy and all that. But
lightning in a bottle.
People know what he does and what he can't do. And if you take the mediocre wide receivers away from him, or if you can get pressure in his face, get him throwing off his back foot, or just get him throwing while he's moving, he's a turnover waiting to happen. So it's very hard, like somebody's had to catch lightning in a bottle and keep it that way. The league has always been a defensive league in trying to figure out what other teams are doing. So, yeah, I mean, who knew 10 points in 37 seconds under the oddest circumstances? And they should have had the ball earlier because that was a fumble. And, I don't know what more the officials could do.
Lou.
Yeah.
My dad's asking, I don't know if you're into college at all, but he wants to wonder why Miami jumped Penn State when they didn't play.
No, I'm not into college. I flunked out of college. Now go ahead. What's your question?
The college football poll, they had Miami jump ahead of Penn State when Penn State didn't play.
Because Penn State didn't play, and Miami had a win over an SEC team, which is totally overrated, 1-2. And so because it was on the big network, that's why. And Miami has won that other game earlier this year, so it's no one cares. It's not going to matter.
Exactly.
It's not going to matter right now. If they ESPN had a thing that went through college ratings, and it has 4 Big Ten teams in the top 4. So and then who cares? It doesn't matter. However, this stat does. This is the first game of the first 3 games that Flacco didn't throw 40 passes.
Yep.
He threw 36.
Yeah. But he did not throw an interception.
Nor did we fumble or block.
He did not have it. He did the long punt interception one.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, you're right. Right.
The one at the end of the half or whatever, the first half where he threw it all the way down the other end.
Yeah.
I mean, that was basically an arm punt, for lack of a better term. But his average was 3.9 yards per completion.
Yeah.
And with a quarterback rating of 55.6, which is only 55.6 more than yours this week. Move.
Yeah. Well,
Stefanski says.
Go ahead.
Stefanski says he's sticking with Flacco.
Well, he's an idiot, and I would fire him. The second he says that, I'd fire his ass. Get him out of here. You let him go wherever he's going to go. I've had enough of him.
He doesn't want us to win.
No. I mean, I don't know what the deal is, but Joe Flacco has done nothing this year or last year for the Colts to tell anybody at his age that he's going to make a sterling comeback. It doesn't work that way.
No.
Bobby. Well, thanks, Bobby. But I mean, honestly, God, they what do they say when somebody loses under the most? They snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. Yeah. That's what the Packers did. Kind of hard to figure all of that. But Stefanski, I'm finished because all I heard from the pro Stefanski Cleveland Browns fans was the racist hate. And I'm getting a feedback from somebody here. Not sure who, but it's not me. Just racist hate against Deshaun Watson. I'd be the first to tell you the Deshaun Watson thing was an absolute derailment of the organization. It was a bad decision by Haslam in the front office, and they never had an offense put in place that Deshaun Watson could actually play in, and that the offensive line obviously wanted to go back to the old ways. But when left to all of his own devices, with the exception in the beginning years, the league figured Kevin Stefanski out. He's been a lousy offensive coach. He refuses offensive coordination help. He made Ken Dorsey's life fucking miserable, okay? And let him out to pasture. And he let Dorsey take all the slings and arrows from a no-win situation to cover for his hillbilly hick owner. I have no respect left for Kevin Stefanski because he's not doing anything except being selfish. And you don't win that way. You got to be open-minded in making decisions. And his mind is very closed. That's what I would tell you. So I don't consider this a win for Kevin Stefanski. This is a gift from the gods. And you take that just simply because we were going to find out that the Guardians were going to lose today and that all streaks come to an end. But if Detroit loses, we're still only a half game behind them. It's not the end of the world. If the Browns lose the game the way that they were playing, do you really think Kevin Stefanski would say, I'm staying with Flacco? Because if he did, half of the fan base that hates the whole situation, the Browns would be left with virtually no fan base, if that's what he would have said in any event.
Yeah, that would have emptied out the stands.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, but what he's telling us is, well, Dylan Gabriel's not ready. But let's be honest. Do you really think Cornelius Lucas is ready based on what you saw? Do you think DeJuan Jones is ready based on what you saw? Do you think Jerome Ford is ready based on what you see week after week, year after year?
Ready for the unemployment line.
Yeah, I mean, stop and
ready
look.
Ready to be a bagger.
Do you think that Miles Harden is ready to play in the secondary? What do you think? I mean, my eyes, I'm not fucking blind. I don't have cataracts yet. I'm not blind, you know? I don't get what is so hard to see who's the bright lights and who's playing hard and the people who are just like snoozing and just going through the motions. DeAndre Carter should be benched. What do you need a guy catching kickoffs, running in a straight line and diving before he's hit? Why do you need that? Why is Larvidan rotting on the practice squad and he's got 4.4 speed when this idiot DeAndre Carter is just running and just diving to the ground? It's inexplicable to me. there's so many
Does
things.
anybody know what happened to that? What was he? A Kent State guy that was
Luke Flourier?
Yeah.
Flourier
He's coming
got
back to the
hurt.
practice squad.
I thought he got hurt originally.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Given him a
Larvadan was the one
injury offer or something, but
I literally just saw that Flourier is going to be signed to the practice squad this week.
Good.
No, well, maybe I don't know what it takes, but again,
But
I'm not.
That's an effort guy who will work his way open at some point.
He's a Vince Papale. He's the guy that
Hayden Davis
on for the Eagles. Yeah.
What it reminds.
Hayden Davis, he was the one who. Hayden Davis was the one who returned the opening kickoff. He actually can get fucking downfield.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have speed at that position, and if you want to have any, and if the league opened up the opportunity to get yardage on kickoffs, then you got to take advantage of that. But not this organization, and again, we haven't had a successful return man since Joshua Cribbs.
I mean, and didn't you feel that when as soon as the Packers had that kickoff return out to the 40, that all hope was lost.
Well, and it should have been.
Yeah.
And another Bubba Ventrone special team special where the guy drags people for 12 fucking yards. I mean, you can't have it happen.
Oh, anyway, another Sports Center update. Atlanta just put another run on Detroit in the top of the ninth. They got runners on second and third. Nobody out, and they're up 4-0.
Well, I mean, again, you had the road trip that the Guardians just had. You come back home, and nobody can complain about the quality of starting pitching in this instance. However, you put Matt Festa in an important time, and he's a meatball out there.
Well,
and I didn't even see it, but he must have. Did he serve just another one of those right over the middle of the plate meatballs that he throws? Is that how?
And I didn't see Vestas. I saw Gaddis's, and basically he kind of left it up. It was actually a pretty good swing by Royce.
Was it a slider that he hung? Because I've been noticing that Gaddis has been hanging sliders.
Mid-play. Yeah. Atlanta just got another run on a sacrifice. They're up 5-0 with one out, runner on third.
Yeah, boy, this is quite a flop by the Tigers. And I'm sorry if Bobby is still watching. I know he loves the Tigers. But, man, what is going on there? The wheels have come off. Yikes.
Somebody must have swapped the water for some Flint tap water.
Well, and here's the other thing, put Dylan in there. At least he can run. You don't want Dylan to run. I mean, he's a munchkin. You don't want him to run. He'll get hurt. Here's the question. And
did he
Flacco,
mean Samson or did he mean Gabriel? Because he spelled Samson.
Hey, Bob Dylan. Oh, for the defense is a changing. Yeah. To me, it's all about who can read the defenses and analyze it quicker, because there's no real substance as far as receivers getting distance between and on their patterns. There's just nobody breaking free. But what made me literally give up on Flacco, and I still have given up on him, and I want him out. You run a flea flicker, and the guy you're looking for is wide open, streaking across the middle. That would have been Isaiah Bond. And instead, you turn and you become check down Charlie, and you throw a 3-yard pass. I'm so fucking sick of it. If that's what Flacco thinks at this point, he should stop playing. Then synaptically, he's not quick like he used to be. He would never have missed that man 2 years ago when he played for Cleveland. No way. No way would he have missed that. He's a veteran, but he's just not got the twitch that he used to have. And maybe Dylan Gabriel does, but you got to give him a chance, God almighty. Oh, wait. Hibbing's finest. That's right. Big Lurkers with us. We battled to the end. We fed off each other. We'll feed off this, Kevin. Wait, I'll go into the New York guy. I'm sorry, but you know something? I got a treat for you, you know? Stefanski, Ivy League boy. It's right here in my trousers. Go ahead. You just go down on this. This is more than a snack. This is a full 7-course meal. You cockbiter. All right. I'm sick of that. And here, Big Lurker said he's sticking with Joe Flacco going forward despite the tough sledding. Well, you don't know tough sledding until people start getting their dogs to shit in your front yard and start throwing it at your windows. You have no idea.
Boy, do we know what that's all about. We've been through the winless season. We've been through the 1-win season.
Mamie, the sun shines east. Yes, we need to play one of the rookie quarterbacks. Not one of them. It's only Dylan Gabriel. The other guy, I don't know.
Yeah,
poor
they
Shador.
buried Shador under the fucking bench, apparently.
Well, yeah, no, he's just a guy who's the emergency quarterback. He's like the present DTR, I guess. So let's see what else. I'm getting a feedback from somebody.
Oh shit! Bo just fouled one off the inside of his knee.
Who did?
Bo Naylor. It just hit him like right at the top
More
of the
like
knee.
Bo Naylor.
That's not good.
No, yeah, especially he's been hitting.
I know, that's the
all
thing.
Season for, Stefanski is a funny cock gobbler. He's not convincing anyone. And the stands in the stadium were not full. And
there was a lot of fans disguised as empty seats today.
Yeah. And well, I mean, this is what happens. There's no real vibe. There's no real excitement surrounding this team and this organization. And why should there be?
I told you years ago about how the ticket guy tried to sell me on the fact that I could sell my season tickets to fans from other teams. That was his selling point. Not that our team would be any good, but fans from other teams would love to come and buy your tickets. I'm like,
and isn't this nice? The guy who plays through an injury, Joel Bitonio, got a game ball. He knew we wanted to be out there for his team. And who doesn't then? Let's go ahead and extrapolate this. Who doesn't want to be out there? Could you say Jack Conklin? Yes, Jack Conklin. Exactly. Bing, bing. Now,
well, I think the opposite side is even worse.
Yeah. Jed Wills. That would be.
Did he fucking retire yet?
Who, Jedrick Wills? No, he's probably waiting around just like all those people who were ex-kickers in the NFL who want to rush in to get practice in just to see if they can compete with somebody.
I saw him at Sam's Club the other day. He was handing out pieces of bacon.
There you go. Was he holding on to them or was he dropping them?
No, he definitely held them too long. Every time he wanted to give you a sample, he was like holding on to it too long. He wouldn't.
So what Bitonio should do with the game ball, he should turn to Stefanski and go, here's another ball for you, Kevin. You can suck on this one. Yeah.
Or be like Paul Crude, stick that in your trophy case.
There you go. And why is somebody
one out?
Brian Phoenix, he had earlier, he said today the losers won. That was in my private chat. That's funny. So now let's see if I can find my comments again. Where did my comments go? There they are. Sorry. So many different studios I'm using. And the ball should go to the kicker. That's a moment that Andre Schmidt will never forget for as long as he lives.
Yeah.
And he'll be telling his grandkids, he'll say, and I remember this kick was 55 yards, and it might as well have been 2 miles, and I made it. So I wonder if he was the most stunned person in the stadium.
He did do you saw he did a
cross,
a crowd dive into the dog pound.
Yeah, but he was crossing himself like a Catholic before,
Yeah,
so
he
wanted to survive the crush of the fans. He was praying for himself. Yeah, and I can't say no. I mean, I think that the message that Bitonio gives is a message that some of the other players should really pay attention to, and that is that you play when you're hurt so that you'll die when you're 70 or 65 or 60. I think that's the message there. You
sure it's not Warsaw Born?
Yeah. You think that's the case, Raul? He was going to ask to be traded. No, he got a win. So, look, they're only 1 game behind the Browns, Oh, here we go from Big Lurker. Joe Flacco. We talked all week about complimentary football. It felt like we spoke it into existence today. No, you know what? That's another way of saying complimentary football. You're once a Raven, always a Raven. Fuck you, complimentary. What did you do? What was the complimentary? The defense gave you field position. The defense did everything. You did nothing. Nothing.
But that's the complimentary part. The defense holds them scoreless, and they don't score.
Oh,
it's perfectly complimentary.
Brian with the point.
I just don't understand. It's like complimentary football. You got to pick the other guy up. We've been picking you up for the entire season of the Colts pit. You're trying to pick you up. You suck now. Your time is done. Go into the sunset gracefully in old age. Spend time with your family. You got to love your family, man. That they can see you all the time. You don't have to be on the road living this kind of warrior's life. You'll live longer, Joe. But don't give me the complimentary shit. You didn't contribute in any form. And if there was somebody else behind you who had any experience in the league, you'd be flat on your ass. You'd be gone.
Condiment football.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's funny. Thank you, Keith.
Yeah, I just, for the life of me, when people say things like that, it's like the defense is the only thing that's played this year, and I give Schwartz a ton of credit. And, let's talk about some of the other guys who were, there is one guy, Isaiah McGuire. Why was he always running the wrong way? If you look back at what they were doing when they were running the bootlegs with Jordan Love, and he was getting yardage around the edge, consistently McGuire was just biting on the inside when there was not even a fake to the inside. He was like following the flow of humanity and wasn't paying attention to what was in front of him. So keep an eye on number 57, because somebody has to tell him that he's got to be better than that. But the people who did good on the line, oh my goodness, there were a bunch of them. I mean, Hutchinson had a big play. Who was the other fella who just made a couple, I think had pieces of 2 different sacks? One of them with Myles Garrett.
Was it Malik Collins?
Malik Collins, thank you. Yeah, I mean, these people were living in the backfield. It was awesome. And they couldn't get a running game consistently going. And Jordan Love didn't get his average 14 plus yard passes very, very much. And the defense played but the defensive line especially played incredibly well. And there just wasn't any easy yardage to be had. And And the other thing that I really liked is they had, instead of just an outside rush where, and this is where the addition of Mason Graham makes a difference. In the past, quarterbacks would step up in the pocket, scramble from out of there, or step up and complete a pass. But you noticed how the pocket was collapsing. And when you have Miles on one side looping, get around, and and the quarterback's aware of where he is, and the other guys were doing nothing in years past, there was always that pocket that formed. But that was breaking down. And the few times that Jordan Love tried to step up into the pocket, he got raked. Really, let's see. Let's see here. All right, R. Jones. I know you mentioned it half, but a Timmy Bartholow reference in regards to the 4-yard flea flicker.
Yeah. You should have seen my little Timmy Bartholow of Canton, Ohio. And I have been 7 years old for 40 years now. It's a curse. My dad hasn't aged either, and it's a curse for him because I'm still 7 years old. It was terrible. You should have seen my father. He had like a partial stroke. He looks like he has Bell's palsy now. The side of his face is drooping after that play. A 4-yard flea flicker. And he's like, what the fuck? And then it stopped and he couldn't talk anymore. And the side of his face started drooping. And they took him away in an ambulance. But he won't die because he doesn't age. He can't really get a stroke because he doesn't age. He doesn't get sick. We're going to be Cleveland Browns fans forever.
Oh, I got a request. You got to do James Earl Jones as God giving the game to the Browns. Cleveland Browns.
Like, I anoint you.
I give you
it. I am an angel behind you, and I have touched your shoulder. This is CNN. Yeah.
It'd probably sound a little more like Tulsa Doom.
Yeah, I mean,
what is football without pigskin?
I sound better than James Earl Jones does now, though.
Yeah, because he's dead. How about John?
I got that going for me. Yeah, it's really weird when we're all smiles after a Browns game. That's really unusual. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who had the Browns and the Panthers winning today?
God only knows. And
if you got a Sunday lottery, you better go out and play it. If that was your bingo card.
Yeah, there are going to be people who are going to be upset, really pissed off that the Guardians lost. And it's like, do you know how much the Guardians have literally?
They've been a 500 team all season.
No, they really haven't. I mean, they went way below 500, and they fought back, and they really have overachieved. They overachieved last year, and they're overachieving again. And I give them, it's all the credit in the world. They're, if they squeaked into the playoffs, they'd be gone quick because they're not good enough to compete with the real talent in the league. Yeah. But it's nice. At least it's nice to see people like Valera getting a look-see and letting him play day in, day out. Let Manzardo play day in, day out. Stick with some of these people and see if they can help you out. And that's the deal. Right. And I'm looking at how the Eagles beat the Rams. Holy cannoli.
I think they blocked a kick and returned it.
The guy who blocked it, the guy who blocked it was the one who picked it up and ran it in. I'm going to have to see that replay later. Wow. And you know what's amazing?
What?
I'm sitting here at ESPN and looking at the top headlines. Nothing about the Browns. Nothing about the Browns whatsoever. But there it is. Rodgers passes Favre on list, lifts Steelers to win. You see?
Go Steelers.
It's all premeditated. All of this is premeditated, and it sucks. It really fucking blows. Oh, man.
Well, I can only hope that Myles Garrett knocks him out of the fucking league.
Well, I mean, it's hey, give the Twins credit. They hung in and they held on to one game in their home stadium. That's about all I can say about that.
And ended a 9-game winning streak or something like that.
Well, it was like 11 games. They were just winning and winning and winning. Bass player, don't get carried away, my man.
Wow.
Don't get carried away, please. This offense isn't fit to move. The only good things that I saw out of this whole thing would be Judkins, honest to God, and Fannin fighting for extra yardage. But I didn't see anything else that even remotely makes me think that, yeah.
Well, I guess that's what happens if you do too much LSD.
And isn't this the truth? ESPN, how can you be a sports network and show wrestling? And I don't mean real wrestling. I mean Vince
McMahon. The E does stand for entertainment, so
it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. They're
trying to make money any way they can now.
Yeah.
They're paying two guys way more than they're worth.
And Raul, I guess you don't like Watson, but you know something? It's gone. Forget about it. Let it go. All right. It makes you look bad because it makes you look like that it's not just Watson. You know what I mean? Just leave it go. He failed in Cleveland, and the whole organization failed in bringing him to Cleveland. And we can, and sure enough, Detroit loses. So that is good. Now we are still half a game behind, and we will be, and I'm going to check this just so I can be precise about this.
4 games left or something? 3 games left?
Well, it's going to be a 3-game series, Detroit at Cleveland. Isn't that the way it's supposed to end? And we have to play against Skubal, their best pitcher, against the big rig Gavin Williams. Boy, that's going to happen Tuesday. That is something.
Wow.
That is really something. And the standings as they sit right now. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt all the happy Browns talk, but yeah, the just down 1.5 games to the Tigers. And as far as the wild card,
behind on the wild card,
half a game behind the wild card. So there's still 2 ways to get in, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. But the fact that they're even in consideration for this right now is remarkable in and of itself. That's exactly right. The O-line is bad, and the 40-year-old quarterback can't move. And at some point, you have to put a younger player in who can move or think quickly or whatever, because Flacco is a long developer kind of quarterback, and play action pass doesn't work because nobody's afraid of the running game. And that has worked against the Browns too.
Flacco's definitely going to get hurt at some point. I mean, he can't play.
I'm trying to prevent that from happening. I don't want that to happen.
I mean, if they try him out, the next 3 games, you got the Lions, you got the Vikings, and you got either the Ravens or Pittsburgh or somebody horrible, and
it's
they're going to get hurt. Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Rich, you're right about that. It's 1, not 1.5, because Detroit lost 6-2. So 1 game. I mean, and I'll tell you, we beat Skubal the last time we played against him, but we didn't beat him. He doesn't give up shit for runs. It's like Max Skeens out there in Pittsburgh. Team isn't winning, but nobody is thrashing him either. And it's going to be hard. Gavin Williams is going to have to literally be the absolute big rig, commanding pitches to get deeper into games. The Guardians bullpen has been used a lot, and that could come back to haunt them. We can't have Gavin throwing too many pitches, and that has been the problem with him. Even though he's coming out rather unscathed recently, he's got to command his pitches, because if he can get the fastball placed and then he can get that curveball that just drops off the face of the earth, that is he'll get a lot of people swinging at bad pitches. And who knows, the Tigers, where their head's at right now, if desperation has crept in, you just don't know. It's so, and that's very true. If Houston loses tonight, we have we have jumped into the third slot for a period of time.
And to reply to Raul, well, they do broadcast WNBA games, so that's basically roller derby without skates or rules. So there's that.
Well, I have no problem with the WNBA, but I mean, it's not like I follow it, but I don't have a problem with it.
Oh God, it's what they let those women get away with. It's pretty brutal.
Well, what is it they're getting away with?
Takedowns, eye gouging, things that male players would get ejected for. It's a personal foul, or it's not even a foul.
Oh, well, I haven't really watched much of the WNBA. I think the game has probably improved from what made me stop watching in the first place, because it wasn't I had any problem with women playing basketball. I just had a problem with women not playing basketball very well. But it does seem to have gotten better. Don't put too much weight on Dylan Gabriel's shoulders. I mean, the fact of the matter is, the Cleveland Browns are not going to be a contending team. We're just trying to figure out what the right thing to do next year. Besides, if we could get, Jimmy Haslam run over by a truck, what we can do to make the organization draft better, because we know we're going to have some position in the draft. And do we need a quarterback, or will Dylan Gabriel be a backup? Does he have the ability to play in the league? That's what, and we're finding that out about Andre Schmidt. We're finding it out about Judkins. We're finding it out about Dylan Sampson, who we didn't see for shit in this game. And the thing that was obvious was Matt LaFleur has a much better concept of running offense and spreading the ball around. A guy like Dylan Sampson is not getting an opportunity to be used in the way he should be used. Yet when Jerome Ford comes in the game, they start throwing him balls out on the flat. And I thought, isn't that what Dylan Sampson is doing? And he's kind of a guy who makes you miss and catches the ball. And why is Jerome Ford back on the field? It's just then we'll just have the truck find them one by one. The truckers all hate him anyway. So that's the way I look at that. Well, I'll tell you, I'm about done talking about this, and I'll be back again tomorrow once this sinks in that the Browns actually won this game. That was a something that usually would happen to us, not for us.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to look back on all these referee calls against the Packers and against the Browns too. I mean, I think there was, some really shady things going on in that game. But anyway.
And there's Big Lurker. Thank you for providing the quotes. Yeah, that's great, getting what the players say afterwards, so I can basically cringe at some of it.
I'm happy for Big Lurker, because he might actually see a competitive game when we play the Vikings at Spurs Stadium. So I hope to God that's the case. Spending all that money.
And
is that what they're calling that dome now?
What
Spurs?
Dome? It's Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's their stadium.
Oh! You're talking about the game over there.
The Vikings game. It's after the Lions game.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the stadium in Minneapolis. I'm like, when did they change that name? I forgot they're going over across the pond.
October 5th. Set your alarm clock because it will be very, very early in the morning for you.
One thing that I've learned on this show, and it's like I wish they could get Myles Garrett to stop jumping off sides, right? But you can't jump off sides in a sports podcast, all right? No matter how much some of the comments might be trying to bait you to do so. And no, I'm not a fish. I don't bite on a hook. Yeah, that's right. So we're here to talk sports. That's all that matters. We're here to talk about Cleveland Browns and the game that was played today. So with that said, everybody enjoy the rest of what's left of your weekend. And I certainly hope that your week goes well. I will see you again tomorrow. Now, we're reaching the end of our time in Ohio here this season. And in the very first few days of October, we're flying back to Florida. So it's going to be one of those things where I'm going to be jumping back into the Florida studio and having to make sure that is running smoothly. But we shouldn't miss anything. And do we know when the Browns bye week is, by the way?
Well, that London game is the 5th of October, if that's when you're going back.
The
London game is on the 5th.
And when what? Oh, and that's what time?
Yeah, it'll be like 9:30 in the morning for you, like 2:30.
Oh, really?
9:30.
Yeah, 9:30 kickoff.
Oh, wow! So that's going to be even tighter.
The Browns bye week is it's not until
it's way late. It's like after the 8th or 9th game, I think.
Yeah, it's the week of the first week of November.
Oh, yeah, wow! All right,
yeah, it's a late one.
Yeah, so I'll be back in Florida, and we'll take it from there. But thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll be back with you again tomorrow. Until next time, hasta la vista, pasture heads. Browns win. Browns win.
Monday.
I may hop in tomorrow.
Bye.